You know you suck, right? What's this supposed to be? Ah! Despite that intro, Taph is actually one of my favorite survivors and one of the best if you know how to use him correctly, and I'm gonna tell you why. Also, this is the first video that I actually do audio, so sorry if it sounds a little odd or bad. Taph and his wires and his mines are really good because they can help survivors get away from the killers by disorienting them or slowing them down, and that can only benefit the team. A friendly neighborhood Ellie just comes in trying to help, and oh no, it's John Doe, and I just love it when I just get to blow him off. It's a pretty good feeling until the Ellie just dies anyways. Wait, what's talking about again? Yeah, Taph, his tripwires, and his mines. First, let's talk about the... Well, actually, no. We'll be talking about the tripwires first, as those are a little bit simpler, and this will be a decently short segment, so then we can talk about the actual subspace trip mines. Now, I know I'm not very qualified to really speak on this topic, since I'm not inducted into the Call of Taph. As someone that is only level 50, I still have a long ways to go, but at least think I can give a few key points that will help new Taph players. Anyways, now we can finally talk about the punk. Hey, wait. Are you talking to, me? Who else will I be talking to? Who you think you're calling a noob? What do you mean? We're the same person. No, I'm a human and you're a fish. Actually, I have a good idea. Why don't you show your face in the camera? Oh, fine. Oh, you know this will be coming out of your paycheck. I don't give a fuck. Now, I can finally talk about the tripwires. Because someone before had really interrupted me. And I'm not sorry. Now, since the tripwires give slowness, they are really useful in case of chases, as long as you can get the survivors to the actual point where they are. This is very difficult though when you really can't always communicate with them unless you're in a call with them, or they actively see you placing it down, or they just have to seek it out, which can be difficult sometimes. Now, you want to put them in a spot where it's hard for the killer to reach, but simple for the survivors to get to, or other survivors. Now, this combined with the trip mines is a really good thing way to annoy the killer. Anyway, speaking of the trip mines, let's get into that now. This clip that I'm playing now is a game where me and 6 other players were going against a Jason with the Kevin skin. This was a good way to show the capability of the trip mines, and while this clip is playing, I will also be explaining to you why trip mines are so useful. First of all, the effects. There has been so many times when I just disoriented the killer because he couldn't see my trip mine in time. And it was really funny just seeing him scramble around trying to find survivors. Number 2, the way you can play. Many maps with multiple walls are really good for Taph because even though most of those maps are kind of killer-sided, it's really good where if they turn a corner and they don't pay attention, they can easily just get struck by either a tripwire or a mine, which is pretty good. Now, I get it. Putting your trap in a cheeky spot is really fun because it makes the killer's job harder, but also makes your job harder too because it leaves you open to be attacked, and after that, you're probably most likely going to die unless you have godlike jukes. Many of us Taph mains know the pain of hitting a killer with your trap, and then they end up starting to target you because of how annoying it was. I understand the annoyance, but I still understand why target the Taph instead of just, leaving them alone and continuing to pursue who you're attacking. Taph is very good at juking out the killer, but it really does suck when you're at low health, still juking the killer, and then your sentinels or supports come to try to help you. You'll be juking them, absolutely destroying their ankles, but they get a few hits in and now you're about to die, and then your teammates are like, he'll be fine, he got it, he clearly was breaking his ankles really badly earlier, so he should be able to make it out. Evening is also another key part of Taph.
Weak.
I will commend whoever was the killer, because at least they didn't start targeting me after that. But then they started being annoying and going after this one other person. He goes back at it, trying to hit me for some reason, even though I literally didn't do anything but stand still. The thing is, I can't even be fully mad because that's kind of his job. You see someone right there, alright, they're right there. Might as well just go and kill them. But you're already not in pursuit, so what's the point of stopping when they're still right there standing still and going after someone else? You're just wasting time at that point. But I digress. Playing as Taph is truly a gamble. Because if you have a mediocre or at least partially good killer, you can still get your jukes off and also make them run into traps and slow them down. And then it's really nice. But if you have a really skilled killer, yeah, you're in for a really, really bad time. As a Taph player, you put down your traps to help the team. So then, they walk into a trap. Because remember, subspace trip mines don't affect your teammates. It affects the killers. So at least I expect protection back when I blow up the killer, destroying them really badly and allowing you to run away from them. Gotta try to help as many people as you can, but in the end, you're seen as a mediocre joke that can't really do anything to help the team besides just slightly slowing down the killer. Playing as Taph can be a roller coaster, because if you put your traps in a good spot or you get lucky, then there's a possibility that you can do things like this. Doing things like that to the killer is what Taph is all about. Disorientation and slowing. I mean, you may not be fully equipped like a Guest or a Shadletsky to stop the killer, but you're still pretty vital to the team for slowing the killer down, as I stated before. Taph is versatile and fun to play. I hope this helped you, and this is why Taph is the GOAT. Okay, bye.